Okay. Let's see what's on TV today.
Why do you think your mommy or daddy are always telling you, don't put that in your mouth?
Hi, kids.
Why are we on television anyway?
We're here to tell a little story about why you shouldn't put things into your mouth when you don't know what they are, and why you should never take anything a stranger tries to give you.
Why not?
Because if you ate somebody else's medicine, some bad food, or some poison, you could get very sick.
Ugh, I don't want to be sick.
And that's why before you eat anything, you should always ask someone you love if it's okay.
Okay, I love you. Can I eat the guitar?
Could you imagine them actually trying to work on this, and then somebody comes up to him and says, hey, maybe we should work on the puppet designs a little bit more?
If you see something that you want to eat, before you do anything, remember this song.
Don't you put it in your mouth.
Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face.
Don't stuff it in your face.
Though it might look good to eat.
Though it might look good to eat.
And it
Might look good to taste. And it might look good to taste.
You could get sick. Ick. Quick. Ick. Real sick.
Writers, can we work on my lyric a little bit, please?
Put it in
Wouldn't
your
mind.
mouth. Till you ask someone you love.
Oh my god, can you stop staring at me like that? It's really creepy, man.
If it's okay to eat like a muffin or a beet.
Like a muffin or a beet.
If you don't know just what it is,
Remember boys and girls?
don't put it in your mouth.
This is gonna be a very weird season. If you could not tell by that intro, today we will be discussing PSAs, this time anti-smoking PSAs, with the educational video Smoke Alarm, the unfiltered truth about cigarettes. But before we tackle that, I feel like I should give you some historical context. From the 1950s up until the early 1970s, the tobacco industry ruled the TV airwaves. They had already conquered print in magazines, but with the advent of television, they decided to actually go the extra mile, push their product past its limits. Entire networks were bought out by the tobacco industry, and TV shows, their only sponsor were tobacco products. For example, Philip Morris was the official sponsor to I Love Lucy, and CBS had a lot of financial tie-ins with Philip Morris. Wanted Dead or Alive, that Steve McQueen Western show, was sponsored by Viceroy. These advertisers would sometimes show up on set and tell the studio executives where they should place their ads, when it should be played, what to say, and how to promote it. The networks were bought out by the tobacco industries, and TV shows were sponsored by the advertisers, and the only negotiations that was ever made was time. How long should their product be on the air? Well, usually maybe like 30 seconds to even a minute. But there were some TV shows that actually went the extra mile. They created skits around commercials. For example, Ed Wynn, yes, the same Ed Wynn from Mary Poppins and Alice in Wonderland, actually went as far as to create an entire 11-minute sketch, basically about celebrities trying to buy Camel cigarettes. And it's pretty funny.
Well, I just happened to be in the neighborhood, and I thought I'd drop in for a pack of Camels.
Camel cigarette?
Yes, you have Camels.
Well, I'll look. One pack of Camel cigarettes.
One pack.
Won't catch me again on that.
No.
Huh?
I want a pack out of this carton.
Pardon me?
This carton. Hurry it up, son. Will you hurry it up?
But the mentality was the longer the ad plays, the more revenue that the tobacco companies will make. Not only were they buying out the networks, not only were the shows that were being created, every dollar they made went directly to the advertiser, but they were also generating revenue from the product itself. They were encouraging people to smoke because it was a socially acceptable thing to do. Give them a try, give them a whiff. They made you feel glamorous, sophisticated, they tasted good. These advertisers and pitchmen, they would create catchy slogans and jingles. Philip Morris had the iconic, "Call for Philip Morris." Winston had the, "Winston tastes good like a cigarette should." Old Gold had the, "Look for a treat instead of a treatment. Made by tobacco men, not medicine man." Lucky Strike had LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. The thing is that these lines and many others ended up actually becoming iconic, mostly because of the fact that they had the right people. In fact, it was often said that the tobacco industry had some of the best pitchmen in the business, mainly because of the fact that, well, the tobacco industry had a lot more power back then, and also on top of that, they had a lot more say-so in where and when their products should be advertised. And this went on all throughout the 50s and 60s. There are tons of commercials out there. You can find them very easily. But you will notice in a lot of them that most of them, they talk directly to you, the viewer, telling you to go buy Philip Morris, telling you to go buy Lucky Strike, telling you to go buy Oasis and Viceroy and Kent and all that. And they would come up with gimmicks and tricks to try and get people interested in the product. They would create things like filters, which would become a norm on every cigarette. They would introduce things like micronite filters, flip-top boxes, and so forth. In some of their advertising, they actually went as far as to get actual doctors to approve of their product. Yes, that's right. Actual doctors. Licensed doctors in the field of medicine telling you to smoke Philip Morris, telling you to smoke Camel. The thing is, too, is that it's almost ironic, because a lot of these commercials, despite them advertising a very unhealthy product, saying things like filters letting the flavor through, that it tastes good for you, it's soft on your throat, things like that, all these tactics to try and get people to buy their products, it's actually ironic that these commercials are actually better than the slop commercials we have nowadays. Why is that? Because they were simple. Because they were simple and did exactly what a commercial is supposed to do. Tell you why you should buy the product. The tobacco industry had a lot of control over the networks. The networks, the shows, daytime, prime time, they had control. So something like this would have actually worked in the 1970s. And I'll explain why at the end of the video. But this came out in the 90s. 1996 to be exact. So, let's see what they have to offer us.
Stop me if you heard this one.
I heard you do that lots of times, and it's disgusting.
Now listen, a guy walks into a bar and sees two lungs sitting on bar stools.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
And he says, "Do you mind if I smoke?"
And the lungs, what do they say?
They say, "No, that's great. We're trying to cough up enough for a drink."
That's not funny.
I was 9.5 when I started smoking.
9.5?
People buy them for me, or I get them from my brother or my cousin.
40 rushes. You get up, you light a cigarette. It's like,
I get high off a cigarette. Like, you can't get high. No, like a little bit. All of a sudden I needed a cigarette. It's only been 2 hours, but...
we need the cancer sticks.
Cancer sticks? Why would you say cancer sticks? Why would you say that?
And now it's time for
Butts, the brand new game show to reveal some
You
shocking
called your
facts
game show
about
Butts?
cigarettes.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that
Let's
face is
play
creepy.
Butts. We are! What'd you say? I can't hear you! We are!
And what are you waiting for? Come on, Busters, into those smoke booths now!
Why is there a panel of judges just sitting in a random box like that? Why?
Kills more people in the U.S. today, car accidents or tobacco products?
Car accident.
Wrong! Tobacco kills 10 times more people than car accidents. Gonna get a little smoky in there, blue team? Red team, how many kids start smoking every day? 300 or 3,000?
3,000?
Correct! Way to go, red team! And now, blue team, tell me about those 3,000 kids who start smoking every day. How many of them are gonna die as a result? Is it 100 or 1,000?
100?
Wrong!
This is
Correct
like
answer
if
is
Gollum wanted to
1,000.
create his own game
One out
show.
of 3 kids who start smoking is gonna die because of it. Guess they should have thought of that, shouldn't they? Blue team, you've earned yourselves another blast! Red team, we've got ammonia, used to clean toilets, cyanide, used to kill rats, and formaldehyde, used to preserve dead frogs. Where do we find all these ingredients?
Underneath the kitchen sink.
Well, I can't say what you have underneath your kitchen sink, but that's not the answer we're looking for. No! You find all these poisonous chemicals in every breath of cigarette smoke you inhale!
This
Blue
is
team.
just creepy. Oh my god.
You're dizzy, and anxious, can't concentrate. You feel like biting someone's head off. And all you can think about is smoking cigarettes. What's your problem, anyway?
Nicotine withdrawal.
That's right. Those are just a few symptoms of a cigarette junkie trying to kick the addiction. Way to go, blue team. Maybe these guys aren't such losers after all.
I am overacting. I am all over the place. I am spouting out facts at random while I need coffee.
We know how sick it makes us. We've seen people die from
Yeah.
it. Most of our family, at least one person in our family has had cancer. We see what we go through, and we already choose to keep smoking. I've been smoking since I was 12.
We're gonna die anyways. Wanna have fun.
We're all gonna die sometimes. It's just we've died different ways.
We're all gonna die sometime.
Okay, well that was weird, but it's random animated bit. It was weird.
Camel Straights.
My first brand was Marlboro Lights. I went from Marlboros to Parliament to Newports. I've been through all the cigarettes.
I've always smoked Marlboro Reds.
Marlboro Red, Newport, Winston. And then I went to Marlboro Lights, and then I went to Marlboro Meat.
Yeah, there are like a whole bunch of like tobacco products. There are like a whole bunch of them. There are Winston, Newport, Camel, Philip Morris, Kent. Did I mention Marlboro already? There are like Oasis. There are a whole bunch of them.
Their agenda, to develop a new cigarette for the youth market.
The American Pride Tobacco Company needs a new cigarette. And we need one fast if we're going to compete with Philip Morris or R.J. Reynolds.
R.J. Reynolds? What is that?
1,000 customers every day quitting or dying off.
Don't say the D word, JP. Never say the D word. You've got 5,000 people every day who stop using the product.
Right.
And statistics show.
I hate statistics.
You're a businessman and you don't like statistics.
Especially in this business. But what they show is, if you haven't started smoking by 19, you're probably not gonna smoke.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the way I see it, we've got to get 5,000 kids hooked every day just to keep our profits up.
Let me put it another way.
Okay, give me a spin.
First off, don't say kids, say pre-smokers. And don't say hooked, say introduced to the pleasures of smoking.
You're right. Okay.
Well, they're trying to get a lot of people hooked on smoking anyway. Not just teenagers, but also adults. They spent their entire budget on trying to get people hooked.
Pre-smokers to the pleasures of smoking.
And I've got the perfect new brand those little jerks are gonna wanna buy.
What do you got?
I've got Frank Mules.
Frank Mule?
You bet. And what does Frank Mule smoke? Mule cigarettes. It's cool, it's gross, it's totally dumbed out.
It's cool, it's gross, it's totally dumbed out. Like, what? Why put wording like that?
You're gonna love our slogan.
What is it?
It's grab one. Kids all over the country are gonna go crazy. I can see Frank Mule t-shirts.
Frank Mule calendars.
Grab one.
And great big Frank Mule billboards right outside of school.
And look at this. Frank at the beach, checking out all the girls. Frank shooting pool.
This is gonna be big.
Big. It's humongous. It's the first cigarette made just for morons.
This is a special report. It is illegal to sell cigarettes to anyone under 18. We asked underage children in several states to try to buy cigarettes, and we followed them with our undercover cameras.
First time I bought them, I was kind of scared because I was just scared that I'd get caught or something. But after the first time, I was just like, oh, okay, this is easy. I can do this.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for people to get hooked on cigarette smoking. It was easier back then, but now it's way more easier now, in a sense. So it's a lot easier.
And sometimes there's a store right down the street. I'll just go in there. He won't even ask.
And how old are you?
I'm 14. Buying cigarettes today is the easiest. It's like walking in and buying a piece of Kit Kat or something.
I was never carded. I just walked in and asked, and I just got them.
I can just go, yeah, let me get some Salem Lights.
I don't think they really care, as long as you have the money.
Studies show that cigarettes are sold to 3 out of 4 underage kids who try to buy them.
It's actually worse with a vaping epidemic. The vaping epidemic is actually worse because if you inhale one puff of those vaping things, it's the equivalent to about 10 cigarettes in one.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Emphysema.
Emphysema who?
Emphysema smoking. Tell her to save a pack for me.
Okay, what does this mean for Feebles? What is happening here?
I just like to do it because it's illegal.
Because I love it. I love to smoke.
I just smoke because I like the taste.
It has good taste to it.
I like the taste.
I like the taste of it.
I like the taste.
The taste.
Taste.
Oh no, not the face again!
Really
this thing is starting to lose momentum right now. It's starting to lose momentum. Oh my god, stop looking at the camera like you're about to eat
Tobacco
it.
juice hose down! You give me a wrong answer, I give you a blast of 100% tobacco juice.
You give me the wrong answer and I will overact more!
What's the average age at which kids start smoking? Is it 12, 14 and a half, or 16?
14 and a half?
That's your answer, huh? 14 and a half?
Well, yeah.
Then congratulations, Blue Team, because you're absolutely right. By the time they're 15, a whole lot of those kids have got themselves a habit that's hard to break because nicotine is every bit as addictive as heroin, cocaine, and alcohol.
That's all true, actually.
Red Team, how much money does the tobacco industry spend each year on advertising, marketing, and promotion? Is it $500 million, $1 billion, or $6 billion?
We say $1 billion.
Which makes you 100% wrong! The answer is $6 billion. That's $700,000 every hour just to get you to buy their products. Guess I'm gonna have to hold
If that's the
you
case, then I
guys
wonder how much it was in the 1950s. If that's the case, then I wonder how much it was in the 1950s, you know? But yeah, it's one of those things where, like, they bought billions of dollars just trying to get people smoking, you know?
Kids do. You gotta pack it so you can get a good dip, and then just put it in.
I got a chew Copenhagen in my mouth, and I started when I was 8. And I started because of curiosity and just kind of peer pressure.
Who would introduce you know, someone of that age to chewing tobacco?
Dip, chew.
I put it up on my top lip, sometimes on my bottom lip.
I don't think it affects my lip hardly at all, because I've only had a couple layers of skin fall off of mine just a couple times.
Today we have a guest speaker with us, and his name's Rick Bender.
Oh, I'm sorry, we've entered a completely different project.
How many of you in here have ever tried any of this stuff? I started using spit tobacco in around age 12, 13. I was only going through a can of this stuff, you know, every 3 or 4 days. Those baseball players. You know, baseball players chew tobacco. That's why I started with the chew. By the time I finished high school, though, I was easily now doing a can a day of snuff. By then, I was so addicted to nicotine, you know, I tried to quit, couldn't, tried, couldn't, tried, couldn't. First thing I noticed was a white patchy area down in front here on the lip.
First, he just had a little sore in his mouth. He ignored it. He thought it was just nothing.
It grew very quickly to about the size of a dime on the side of my tongue. And man, you talk about hurt. Now, this thing hurt.
And next year, he went to the doctors, and and then he started to have cancer.
Cut through the jaw, took out a third of the tongue, had to go down in the neck, remove lymph glands and muscle tissue, and partial cancer down to there. They destroyed nerves, and those nerves control muscles in the back of my right shoulder and right arm. And do you know I really can't even go out in the backyard of my own house and play catch with my 10-year-old son?
After he had cancer, I was kind of scared of him, and so was everybody else in my class.
It's got to be a very hard thing to go through. You know, your dad having cancer and everything, it's got to be very difficult.
Nobody ever told me. Because you know what you're getting yourself into.
I think a scene like that, I think a talk like that would be a lot more effective if it was in like a school environment. But it was a really good talk though.
When I don't have any cigarettes for a day, I start like nicking and stuff.
Nicotine, nicotine, nicotine.
I get all anxious and like bitchy.
Nicotine, nicotine.
If I'm really stressed out, then I'll just want to have one.
Nicotine.
And it's just comforting.
Nicotine, 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 nicotine.
Smoking calms my nerves. Smoking calms my nerves.
I have a cigarette in the morning before school, 4 or 5 during lunch, and then 3 or 4 after school.
It's the same thing with vaping too, you know.
1 year later, Mule cigarettes are making millions for the American Pride Tobacco Company.
Frank Mule's really taken off in the kid market, right? Yeah, I mean the pre-smoker market.
You know he has. The more ads we put out, the more cigarettes they buy.
Wanna grab one?
No, thanks. I don't smoke. Now listen to this, because I've got a great new idea. I call it the Mule Man Big Butt Bonus.
The what?
On every pack of mules, there's a sticker, see? And if you save up enough stickers and send them in, you can get great merchandise.
Actually, there was a tobacco company in the 60s. I believe it was Raleigh's. Raleigh's would have coupons on the back of every carton, and if you turn them in to some store or whatever, you would get free merchandise. So basically you would get something like sprinklers, you would get rocking horses, watches, pretty much anything. Pretty much anything that had like a Raleigh coupon on it, you would actually be able to turn them into a store and get merchandise out of it. It was a way for the Raleigh company to get people interested in buying their product.
I collect Marlboro Miles just because, like, why not? You'll get free stuff.
I'll be smoking anyway, so if I can get something out of it by sending in the miles, then why not?
Hey, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how'd this guy get to be so cool?
The only thing I'm thinking about is you're not the Marlboro Man.
Tell them you're 21, and they'll send you anything for free. At least if you smoke enough Marlboros. Know what they call me at school? They call me the Marlboro Man. They say it like a joke, like, who do you think you are anyway, the Marlboro Man?
Most of those losers don't even smoke.
Maybe somebody will consider coming over to my house after school, you know? It could happen. When they see all this stuff I got here, they're gonna be blown away. I smoked 150 packs for this big red bedroll. I kind of burned a hole in it, but that's okay.
There is no way you smoke that much.
Called up and said, hey, you're pretty cool, CJ. Let's go camping. That would be great. Because then I'd have all this other great stuff to take along with me. I got my Timber Mountain pullover. That was like 170 packs. I got this great Marlboro carving set. See? I got my mountain lantern and Swiss Army knife. This is like 125 packs. I mean, look at this. And this, can you believe it? It is all free. No way I could buy all this stuff, you know, because, like, I spend so much on cigs. Oh, man! Where are the matches? I can't be out of matches. As soon as I smoke 37 more packs, I'm gonna get me a Marlboro lighter.
As far as I know, Marlboro never did those kind of
severely
motions.
affected my health.
Or maybe they
I have
did,
a lot
I
of
don't know.
coughing in the morning.
I just get winded really quickly.
Like when I'm running down the field in soccer, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait a second, this usually doesn't happen.
It smells bad on the clothes and in the car.
Your teeth get yellow.
This is kind of like how, you know, the addictions, like, you say you want to smoke and it calms your nerves and everything, but like...
Yeah. Sometimes I think I spit up my lung because I feel that piece, a little piece of my lung coming up.
I could use a vacation.
Me too.
Where do you think we should go?
I don't know, someplace warm and sunny where we can sit around and smoke?
Sounds good to me. I know just the place.
Oh, yeah? Where is it?
It's called the Tropic of Cancer.
I don't know, I just know people who are smokers, and it doesn't seem like I want to kiss someone who is smoking.
I fully understand.
Why?
It's kind of sickening because, you know, you kiss her and she tastes like an ashtray.
I mean, I wouldn't kiss myself.
Welcome back to Butts and the final.
Oh my god.
Ashtray! One of our teams, the Reds or the Blues, will end up as the big winner, and the other will get dumped into a giant ashtray full of butts!
This thing has severe ADHD.
Okay, Blue Team. Tell me just 3 of the horrible, disgusting diseases the Surgeon General says can be caused by smoking.
Cancer?
Correct.
I know. Heart disease.
Correct.
Emphysema.
Yes. Great work, Blues.
And lung cancer.
Talk to a bunch of high school seniors who smoke. And how many of them will say they wish they'd never started? Is it 20%, 50%, or 70%?
20%? Yeah, we say 20.
That may be what you say, Red Team, but it's not what smokers say. 70%. 7 out of 10 high school seniors who smoke say they wish they didn't.
This is like if a Michael Machines man started his own game show and nobody would question it.
Which means, Red Team... Congratulations, Blue Team! You win the top prize!
What is that prize anyway?
The chance to come back and compete again next week on Butts!
I think I'll be smoking through like my 20s, but I know I'm gonna stop.
I imagine myself quitting in a couple of years, maybe when I'm 20, 21.
I'm looking at it as if, oh, I'll stop a few years down the line so I don't get cancer. I haven't tried to quit. I really don't want to quit. I mean, eventually I will.
It's not like I'm addicted. I am not addicted. I can stop. But I really would like to quit. I'm not even addicted. I could if I wanted to.
I can quit anytime I want.
What? What is up with that? She's like, I can quit anytime I want, but not today. That's just creepy. And also another thing too, this thing forgot to mention, denial is something that addicts have. Like, oh, I'm not addicted, but I smoke and I smoke. It's like, they have a denial issue. Like, they say that they're not, like, addicted, but they actually are. So sometimes they trick themselves into believing that they don't have a smoking issue when in fact they do.
I've tried to quit a couple of times. It's never really worked.
I don't think I'll be able to quit.
Back at American Pride, it's beginning to look like the end of the ride for our tobacco executives and their favorite mule.
What are you going to do about this, Janine? It's Congress, Janine, Congress. They sent me a subpoena.
Now calm down, JP. It's not as bad as you think.
Oh, it's bad, all right. They think we're trying to appeal to kids.
Yeah, sure. Let them prove it. You've got to be 18 to buy mules. That's the law.
Don't give me that. I mean, what am I going to say? When I get up on the stand and they ask me about Frank Mule, I mean, kids are crazy about him.
Of course they are. He's a great character, but that doesn't mean he was deliberately designed to appeal to kids.
Don't give me that. Just tell me what to say.
Well, tell them adults like cartoon characters, too. Be sincere. Tell them how much you like Mickey and Donald and Charlie Brown.
Mickey? Donald? Are you out of your mind? Janine, you got me into this, and if I go down, you are gonna go down with me. So you better feed me some better answers than that, you hear me?
I can actually imagine a scene like this being played out in the late 60s, when the tobacco industry started to panic that they were not gonna make any more money off of cigarette advertising. It's kind of like they're trying to do like that approach. I don't know.
If it was a 5-year-old smoking, they wouldn't care as long as they made money.
If I can go back and do it again, I wouldn't smoke.
Smoking is an addiction that runs in my family, and cancer is a disease that runs in my family, and I'm not exactly making the healthy or smart choice by continuing smoking, and I don't know why I do it. I think it's really stupid.
Wake up, Vic.
What is with the animated sequences? This thing is all over the place. Like, one minute it wants to be a documentary, then a game show, then like a skit about the tobacco industry, and then animated bits. What is happening here? Why is this happening?
You just watch, Vic. I'm getting out, and I'm getting out for good. What's going on? Premium. I'm busting out, man. You lily-livered little low-tar. Get back in your display and wait till you're sold. That's just it, Marlboro. I'm not gonna be sold. Chill out, Premio. What do you think they make us for, anyway?
If you don't get sold, you don't get smoked, baby.
They're using us, don't you see? Using us to get kids hooked on nicotine for life.
I'm not looking to hurt anybody.
Kids just go for us.
I'm a smooth character, man. Oh, yeah? That's what tobacco companies want kids to think. Look at the ads in this place. Uh-huh. Huh? How about that? Oh.
Yeah, and don't forget the PSAs that are around you.
In every day and buying you guys, and it's making me sick. That's why I'm busting out. Who's with me?
I'm with you, Premium. Me too.
Maybe you got a point, Premium.
Take me home, Premium. Take me back to the dear, sweet tobacco fields of my youth. Going far away where I won't be used, where the life I lead is the life I choose.
Okay.
Take me home with you.
Are you with me, Marlboro?
I'm with you, Premium. Now let's head on out.
It's not just younglings they're trying to get hooked into smoking, it's also adults. They did all of that back in the 50s and 60s.
Kick those butts! Kick those butts! I say kick those butts!
Going far away
where I'll do no harm.
Come along with me and we'll all be free. Come along with me and soon we'll see our own tobacco farm.
Some numbers to remember. An estimated 4.5 million kids smoke 30 billion cigarettes each year.
1 out of 3 of those kids will go on to die of a smoking-related illness.
The number of people who die every day from smoking-related illnesses is the same as if 3 full jumbo jets crashed and there were no survivors.
Remember, if you haven't started smoking by the age of 19, chances are very good that you're not going to start.
One last bit of history trivia for you. I know a lot of this episode has been primarily historical based, but I wanted to give you some a historical context as to why a lot of these exist. The 1964 Surgeon General's report concluded that there is a 100% direct link between cigarette smoking and lung cancer. So what happened? Someone decided to make something new, an anti-smoking commercial. There are several of these that aired around this time. One of the most famous examples is the one where the 2 kids are trying out their parents' clothes. And at one point, the announcer says, "Do you smoke cigarettes?" As if it's saying directly to you, the audience. There's another one where a guy is in a smoke-filled room talking about... And by the way, keep in mind that he is smoking himself, and he tells them, "All you're doing is breathing carbon monoxide in here."
And in traffic, in your car, carbon monoxide. Every day, it's killing you. You want me to get more fresh air, then you start doing something about the air pollution in this town. Tear down the smokestacks. Get rid of that big incinerator out in the flats.
If you want to do something about air pollution, we suggest you start with your own lungs.
There's another one where the rival attorney from Perry Mason comes on and announces that he has lung cancer. And then there's another one where a guy is on a pier and he is quitting smoking by throwing the cigarettes in the lake. The point I'm trying to make is that there were a whole bunch of these. The problem is that they aired only at night, when everybody was asleep. There was a huge movement to try and get cigarette commercials off the air. The tobacco companies panicked because they were about to lose revenue, and the networks actually encouraged the tobacco industry to keep pushing their message of tobacco advertising because they were trying to fill in dead airspace. In fact, a lot of people don't know this, but there was even a warning against cigarette smoking as far back as 1952, when an article was published in the Reader's Digest called "Cancer by the Carton," which made me, at the time it was an accusation, that cigarette smoking caused lung cancer. The tobacco industry panicked because their sales were down, and so they decided to do something in which they essentially put filters in every cigarette. That was only 1 or 2 warnings. The tobacco industry ruled for 10 years. Eventually, after much negotiation and after much back and forth, the 1969 Cigarette Act was passed. Its purpose? To end all cigarette advertising on TV by 1971. And it did. And on January 1st, 1971, at 11:59 a.m., the last cigarette commercial aired on TV. And thus, cigarette smoking was banned from all airwaves. And not only that, but it also stopped anti-smoking ads as well, at least for a while. But it seems like cigarette smoking has come back into fashion. It came back into fashion sometime in the 90s. There's a really great documentary on all of this called Butt Out, which is a really great documentary that examines the history of cigarette advertising and how it ended. Link is down below. So anyway, back to Smoke Alarm. What can I say? It's a mess. The message is great. The problem is pretty simple. It's unfocused. It has severe ADHD. One minute it wants to be a documentary, and then the next minute it wants to be something entirely different. So for example, 1 minute it'd be like a documentary piece interviewing teenagers about their history with smoking, why they like doing it, and so forth. And then another minute it wants to be a game show. And then another minute it wants to be a skit about how the tobacco industry is pushing the message of getting the teenage generation hooked. And then there's random animated bits that don't really do anything. I guess what I'm trying to say is that this thing needed to slow down. It needed to slow down because it clearly wasn't working. It clearly wasn't doing anything at all. It was just all over the place.